Hey Collective, I am now in a hotel here in Atlanta. This will be the last night. Unfortunately, they have money for a hotel. But I wanted to get this out because God is like, now's the time. You guys have been following all of these stories for, God, like 2 years. But I actually did not start. You guys have been literally the reads have been for the future. So we are now currently trying to get help to get eyes on what's going on. They say that the FBI is involved and, there's a divine masculine out there. Yes, there's a hitman out there. There definitely is. There's a lot of them. Actually, let me tell you, I have been gang stalked and followed, and I've got a tracker on my car back in Tucson. It's pretty interesting. I now feel like a vagabond, to tell you the truth, because I have not been this close to the streets since I was a teenager. But I wanted to let you know that the way this started, besides the fact that I was born and was switched at birth in Amsterdam, which I have sent information over to the London BBC News to see if they can't, check into that as well. But I was beaten pretty much every 2 weeks due to my ex cheating on me all the freaking time and leaving lovely towels with gross stuff on them every time I came home, so I could see that he had been having fun without me. Anyway, so the last beating, April 20th, he ended up beating me so bad. I myself was not scared. I would take the beatings and get up and say, one of these days he'll realize that I love him. But my soul this time was so scared that it popped out of my mouth and screamed up to God. Literally screamed up to God. And God heard it. God literally heard it. So I ended up, my soul was shattered, you guys. It was literally shattered. I ended up leaving that house and moved into my best friend's house. It was going to be my safe house, right? Well, while I was at my friend's house trying to heal, go figure, his footprints showed up on my bathroom mat. My bathroom mat, basically. So he was there while I was staying there. Anyways, I want to show you. I'm not sure if you can see this. We're going to try to show it to you. But anyways, right here, this is his footprint right there. Okay. Now, why would his footprint be at my best friend's house? I don't know. Can we guess? Okay, so we already guessed on that one. So I ended up moving out of her house back to my parents' house. And I was like, okay, go in my parents' house, and there I was trying to heal as well. Well, while I was at my parents' house, I started being psychically attacked. I started being attacked in my dreams, and so badly that one night while I was dreaming, I woke up. At least I thought I woke up. But I woke up and I had put my hand down to get out of my bed, and it fell on a bunch of dirt and a bunch of roots. And I was like, what the heck? So I'm pulling this stuff out, right? And as I try to get out of bed to shake out my blankets, this arm comes out of my mattress and tries grabbing me. It had my ex's energies to it. So I thought, hey, I miss him, whatever. So I'm going to grab that arm and I'm going to bring it up to my boobs and make this sexy dream, So that's what I did. Well, as soon as it got up to my boob, it freaked out. The arm pulled back really, really, really fast. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, that definitely wasn't my ex, because he's one that will go after anything. Seriously. So I got up, and as I was going around, I noticed that my furniture was kind of my room, but there was this big window and the furniture was all tilted on its end. And I was walking to the window. There were two guys that were in suits, and they said, "Oh, don't worry, we'll take care of it." And I looked at them. I said, "No, I'll take care of it. Thank you." So I walked up to the window and I said, very loudly, "I send back all negative energies times 80,000 right now, immediately." And I blasted that window open with my voice. And as I went through my hair like this, there was dirt and roots coming out of my hair as well. So I was like, interesting. That's when I first started learning about the graveyard magic and jar magic and all that BS. Mind you, I had just literally been awakened. God was literally downloading so much shit into my brain to battle all this crap that was coming at me. So anyway, because everything was coming at me, I was being confused. I was being, pulled this way, pulled that way. My body was hurting. It was just absolutely incredibly insane. But come to find that, God was like, there's a purpose for you. You are a temperance angel. You are a justice angel. I walk into people's lives. I give them the chance to either be wonderful and wonderful people or really crappy ass people. And lo and behold, all these people have been really crappy ass people. And they were given chance after chance to bring out the truth and be honest about everything that they were doing. And because they were not, they have literally been, unfortunately, God is going to have to deal what he has to deal. But now I am currently on the run, I guess you could say. But yes, so getting confuddled here. So the story is that, yes, my mother, who is not actually my biological mother, my grandfather came down in several of the readings and said, "Hey, your mother is up here with us." I was switched at birth in Amsterdam. An inheritance has been gotten into by my ex, who states that he never cheated on me whatsoever. Well, if that's the case, then how do you already have a woman that you're married to under my name? Yes, and going through my credit report, they have a lot going on in my credit report, and now I can't get into it. It's no longer associated with my phone number, which I brought to my biological mother's attention today. She is in Tucson. I'm now in Atlanta, and not getting anywhere with that either. She just keeps saying, "Come home," and I'm like, why would I come home if you guys have me gang stalked by your group over there? And then I've got my ex's, whatever his woman, her group gang stalking me. So I'm not sure exactly I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I'm just needing to get all of this out there because I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. I know I most likely will be on the streets of Atlanta. And literally the only thing I need is a DNA test to figure out who the heck I am. Talking to my biological mother. I don't need a DNA test because she knows I'm her daughter. Okay, well, how about for me? For my own personal information, how about we find out? Because I would like to know. All right, well, how about we go to my biological father here, who is in South Carolina? When I brought that up, you think he would do a DNA test for you? Probably not. So I'm not exactly sure how to go about this. I have so much stuff going on, you guys. I went to the Tucson Police Department to let them know that I was being gang stalked, as well as to let them know exactly who was involved. And they literally said, well, how do you know? I said, well, I can't literally say, because God talks to me, because everybody thinks I'm crazy when I say that. But let me tell you, God talks to me. So does my grandfather and my mom, my biological mom, who is up in heaven. My real biological father is possibly somewhere in jail, but I would like to find that out. But yeah, I went to Tucson Police Department. They have not moved on the domestic violence charges against my ex since May 1st, period. I have not been called at all. They have been sitting on Sergeant James Scott's desk since May 5th, okay? There is no movement there. Supposedly, I believe you guys all know that my ex put in a lot of slandering and all kinds of stuff in the Tucson courts, and I never got any of the information because they have been messing with my mail. So I don't know what's in the Tucson courts. I don't know what is going on with the Tucson Police Department. Marana Police Department will not help me with my family at all. They do not believe that I've been being gang stalked. They do not want to check out my car for a tracker. They say that they do not have an RF detector. It is just manual that they have. And I'm like, okay, well, you can get an RF detector off of Amazon. They're not the best, unfortunately, but it did go off once when my neighbor was there, and then I couldn't find it again. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. So Marana Police Department, they have a police report that should have been written up. I went there the next day asking for the police report number, and I was told by a detective that the police report had not been written up yet. However, he did want me to stay because he had a detective that wanted to talk to me about my ex's woman, okay? And I told him, well, if the police report has not been created yet, why would the detective know about any of the information regarding what I said about that woman? Oh, well, I haven't read the. If you haven't read the report, you just said that the report was not written up. Why would this guy know? Well, you should just stay. We have questions. I said, no, I don't think so, because that does not sound right. That sounds a little fishy, you guys. I think so. So anyways, there's a whole police report that should have been written up with the Marana Police Department. Tucson Police Department should have already gone through for these domestic violence charges, as well as if there was a lot of stuff going on as far as lies, slandering, false accusations made against me. I should have received letters, something like that, but never did. I never got information regarding the inheritance that is being spoken about, and when I did bring it up, my biological mother basically stated that there was no inheritance, period, and that friends of the family do not get an inheritance. And I said, well, I believe that I was switched at birth. I need a DNA test. No. Who is your biological mother then? I don't know. I just need a DNA test. I would like to do a DNA test with you. You are my daughter. I know you're my daughter. Okay, well, how about just doing it for me? I apologize if this hurts her feelings. I understand if it hurts her feelings. It would hurt mine as well. But with the amount of people that are feeding off of this inheritance that is supposedly to go to me towards something that I want to do, this entire world needs help, you guys. And I have so many opportunities with this inheritance, you guys. I am planning on creating MRIs that are made for people who have been beaten, that need to come to an MRI right away. When I was beaten that last beating, April 20th, my second anterior right rib was fractured, and that is one of the hardest ribs to fracture. It was fractured meaning the impact on my back when he was punching me was so severe that it fractured that rib. And it took me 4 weeks to get in for an MRI, which means that it healed a bit before that MRI was taken. If I can get emergency MRI centers created with this inheritance, it would help thousands of people that are being beaten every day. Not only that, but I want to help people who are not getting their cases in to these systems. They're not being taken care of in these systems. This world needs so much more love than is being given, than is being shown. People are important and they've forgotten that. It is so important, you guys. So there's so much to this story. Marana Police Department, not listening, not helping. Tucson Police Department, not listening, not helping. It's almost like people are helping people that are doing wrong instead of the people that are doing right. And here in Georgia, my entire family, the Tharp family, yeah, nobody's helping there either. So I don't know where the FBI are, because supposedly, you know, I am royalty of some sort from Europe. My blood is royal. I was switched at birth. I was basically stolen, brought here to the Americas. But the inheritance, you know, it's under the names of Alan Tharp and Melinda Tharp. Alan passed in 2019 and Melinda passed in 2021. But I don't know where the FBI is. They are part of the story. And I don't know where my divine masculine is, because he's part of the story as well. And I did have a hitman that fell in love with me, which I think is great. But no, I am the Empress, I am the Emperor, and I am the High Priestess of this story. I have taken on all roles, and it has been a very dangerous journey. I'll say that. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow, but I do know that when I went to Marana Police Department to let them know everything that was going on, that very same night, I was on my computer and I was just trying to figure out, you know, what's going on. And all of a sudden, my tracking on my computer, I'm going to show you this. My tracking came back and I was being tracked by this sheknows.com. So I'm going to show you this. I'm hoping you can see it. See this? sheknows.com. So I'm hoping you saw that. But yeah, so there's all kinds of crazy going on. So if anybody out there can help me figure out how to go about getting a DNA test to find out who I am, just so we can start this. I mean, I've got stories that went to the Kagan 9 News in Tucson, London BBC News, Investigation CBS here in Atlanta, and I really don't know where to go from here. And God literally said, you gotta ask people for help now, because you've done all the legwork. So now I'm just asking people for help with ideas on where to go from here. So and I've got people following me like crazy, you guys, like everywhere. So yeah, if you can help me, that'd be awesome. Anyways, my phone number here, I'm gonna put it out there again, is 480-440-6095. And if you can text me, because I don't answer my phone. There have been so many crazy people that have been calling me. But again, phone number 480-440-6095. I am in Atlanta. It's like an extended stay or something like that. In Doraville or something. But yeah, I greatly appreciate some help. That would be awesome. I know it sounds all crazy, but you guys have been watching the readings, and is beyond, excuse me, somebody's drinking obviously, but it is beyond crazy. So I would appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, have a wonderful night, guys.